Hi class, so for the final project in intercultural communications, I chose to research and discuss Egyptian communication and their society's values. The main reason I chose to research Egypt is because they are extremely important to world history and have been crucial to the Bible, yet not anybody has a single clue to how Egyptian cultures ran and the way they communicate. It is very similar to the Middle East in how they communicate since they are neighbors with Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. The main language of Egypt is Modern Standard Arabic with an Egyptian dialect. This language is used in most writing and is taught in school. However, only about 68% of Egypt speaks Modern Standard Arabic, as the rest speak French, English, Italian, and even other forms of Arabic. Something to note is that 420 million people worldwide speak Arabic, and Egypt holds the most with 97.5 million speaking it, which is crazy because Arabic wasn't even originally Egypt's main language, as they were not introduced to it until they were under Arabic rule. Nonverbal communication, however, is the most important aspect of their communication style because it is really how they get their point across. Men always shake hands when meeting one another, and if they are good friends, they will often kiss each other on the cheek, which is quite different from Western culture. Also important to note is that hand gestures are the #1 way that Egyptians portray conviction when discussing something because that is what illustrates to the listener how important that message is. The most interesting aspect I learned while researching, though, is that Egyptians associate the right hands with food and the left with hygiene. So when you're receiving or offering something, it is important to not use the left hand because if you do, it will lead them to believe that it is unclean. Moving on to gender roles. It is important to note that Egyptians mainly follow Islamic belief, and because of this, dating is not allowed because the religion of Islam believes that two people of the opposite gender must not be alone together, unless related because Islam disapproves. Also, marriages are arranged, but the main difference is that after two families meet and agree to terms to the marriage, the future couple gets to meet and decide if they even want to be married to each other, which is different than a lot of other countries and regarding marriage. Divorce is also extremely rare because until 1999, women are not allowed to request divorce from their husband under any circumstance unless it was due to health reasons or that man was infertile, meaning that she would not ever be able to bear any children. Women are still facing gender inequality there, as Egypt ranks 136 out of 145 countries worldwide in regards to gender disparities. When looking at the workplace in Egypt, it is important to note that men also dominate that, with 79% of men being employed and only 26% of women. Men are the head of the household and leaders in both business and government, meaning women stayed home. However, times are changing as women are working more and more due to the need of money in the home. And communication in business, they stand extremely close when talking. They convey strong emotions and are sure to address each other by their proper title. They believe in showing conviction when conversing, so it is important when talking to an Egyptian to show that you are convicted. Otherwise, they will believe that you show no interest, and that will ruin communication with that person. Businesses also follow Sharia law, which is Islam and does not follow the government, meaning that businesses answer to the Islamic Supervisory Board and not the government, which is quite different from America because we answer to the government in all aspects of business. Also, all employees must be Muslim and partake in the daily prayer throughout the day, meaning that the 10% of the population who is Christian is left with little with no jobs and must find work for non-Muslim businesses, which makes things quite difficult. This project was quite interesting and fun to do because Egypt, who I thought I already knew quite a bit about, turns out to be completely different than the stereotypes I've heard. I hope you enjoyed watching my project video and I hope you have a great Christmas break. Thanks.